Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I get it, Mr. President. The Greens don't like the American election result. When there was a poll of Australians and 34% of Greens supported the ban to Islamic immigration, Senator Di Natale's response was, we need to educate them. Not listen to them, to educate them. We get it. It's a control response. The battle here is about freedom versus control, and we see where the control is. Secondly, Trump's victory is a victory for freedom. It is a victory for Americans, and it is a victory for people worldwide. I know little of Donald Trump. I do admire and respect the choice of 300 million Americans, and I honour their choice. I happen to have lived in the United States when President Ronald Reagan came into power, and I watched him transform that demoralised country while the media slagged him repeatedly. And I returned to this country, having watched Ronald Reagan transform that country, to see the media in this country completely lead the people in ignorance. Senator Di Natale seems to have followed the same media rubbish. I've learned of the Queensland Trade Minister, a Labor minister, say that she will not enter into any pacts with the Trump administration. I'm aware that the New South Wales Parliament in recent weeks passed a motion that Donald Trump is a slug, S-L-U-G. Our Foreign Minister reportedly supported Hillary Clinton's campaign, and I cannot understand why we would interfere in another party's politics. The Leader of the Opposition has condemned again today Donald Trump. I opposed publicly the Foreign Minister's comments last week, and I have reached out to the Trump administration. There is only one party fit for governance in Queensland. There is only one party fit for governance in Queensland and to trade with Queensland, and that is Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. I do honour one point that Senator Di Natale made. As a young man, I supported Australia, blindly supported Australia following America into war. As a more mature person, I now question some of that following of America. However, it wasn't the American administration that caused us to enter those wars. It was Australian administrations. It is up to us to take responsibility as to whether or not we follow any other country. It is not to blame Trump. The sixth point I make is that the remarkable outcome in America is that the people of America are at last waking up to the establishment, the elite establishment that is pushing fraudulent policies like the myth that humans are affecting global climate. The Greens support the United Nations and the destruction of Australian sovereignty. The Greens support the major banks pushing their benefits from the global warming scam. The Greens support the same initiatives that the major global corporations are presenting. And the Greens present anti-Australian policies, anti-human policies, anti-education policies, anti-science policies, anti-development policies, anti-environment policies. I speak against Senator Di Natale's motion, and I applaud Donald Trump's gracious acceptance speech last night. Thank you, Mr. President.